How's it going, everybody? Got quite a bit to talk about in this video. The PlayStation Store kind of stealthily adding a brand new feature that's quite nice, a rating system, which is something that I think should have been in the PlayStation Store and really every storefront forever. But yeah, that's pretty cool, and Push Square has the insight on that. We'll talk about that. Marvel Spider-Man 2 gets a ton of new details as it is going in depth on its accessibility features, and SEGA is canceling HYENAS, a multiplayer title. We'll talk that at the end of this video. That was looking to be another live service game, and we'll go over the reasoning there, but we'll get to that in a little bit. First of all, the PlayStation Store adds a new 5-star rating system to score your PS5 and PS4 games. All you have to do is head into the PlayStation Store and select View Product, and then you can rate any game that you want. Resident Evil 4 Remake showcased to have a 4.7 rating, Cyberpunk more closer to a 4-star rating. And right now, obviously, ratings are coming in. And yeah, this is just a nice new feature, and it's been available for the last day or so. I'm not exactly sure how long it's been live, but seems like the PlayStation Store has gotten a bit of a refresh on that, so that's fairly cool to see. And obviously, you do have to own the game to actually rate the game, because then it would just be an absolute crap show, and you see platforms like Metacritic where it just becomes absolute abysmal as far as the rating system goes, because there's no actual verification system in terms of verifying that people own the game, and yeah, it's just nonsense as far as that's concerned. You should be able to rate PlayStation Plus titles that are added to your library, because those games are added to your library even if they're not yours to quote-unquote own. I believe that this was a feature before, and then they pulled it for a while, and now it's back, so I don't know why this is coming in and out, but who cares? I guess it's live right now, so that is what matters. Hopefully they don't pull it again for whatever reason. I don't really see what beneficial aspect it could be on that. You know, the PlayStation Store doesn't, unfortunately, offer as refined as a refund system as Steam. How it works on the PlayStation Store is either a game is broken and they'll give you a refund on that, but it's a little bit more of a hassle. It's not like the Steam system where you have 2 weeks to play and then, you know, you have a 2-hour window that you can play as well. You don't have 2 weeks to play in terms of game time. You have a 2-hour window to play, but if the game doesn't work, you don't enjoy it, whatever, you can refund the game. That's not really the case, and Steam has a much more refined review system than Sony has as well, but at the very least, you get a star system. With Sony, by the way, you can refund games if you buy them and you didn't start the download, so that is the barometer for a refund. So having a gauge on whether or not the community thinks the game is good, like the star system, is beneficial in that regard. Given that refunds are a little bit more tricky when it comes to the PlayStation Store. I'm sure if you go into a live chat agent and whatever, and you know, get on the phone, you can finesse your way into a refund. But yeah, who's trying to do that? Moving on from that, a game that I don't think anybody is going to be seeking refunds from is Marvel Spider-Man 2. We are inching closer and closer to the release of the game. I started my Marvel Spider-Man Remastered playthrough, doing another playthrough of that just a few days ago, and enjoying that game. Man, that game's awesome, and everybody's saying that Spider-Man 2 is going to be a gigantic step up from that in every area, and I think Spider-Man 1 was already a really good game. Spider-Man 2018 Remastered of that came out in 2020. I get it. People don't like the MJ sections. I actually just finished up the MJ section yesterday, like the very first one. Yeah, I'm still super early on, but I didn't hate it as much as everybody else. Obviously, like, you want to play as Spider-Man, but I didn't think it was that bad. Anyway, with Spider-Man 2, we have details on a bunch of new accessibility options that will be available for the game, and Sony has been going really in-depth with offering accessibility options on their games. You look at titles like Last of Us Part 2 and Part 1, God of War Ragnarok. These games have all had a bevy of accessibility options, giving a variety of ways for the game to be played. So over on the PlayStation blog, there is an in-depth post. Today, I'd like to highlight some of the notable accessibility features swinging into the game at launch on October 20th. Then, it's also noted I'll pass over to Sam Sheffield, Insomniac Games accessibility design researcher, who provided an update on more features arriving in a post-launch update. So more stuff will be coming in the future. Carrying forward our learnings from our recent games, we're implementing useful accessibility features from both earlier titles in the Marvel Spider-Man franchise as well as Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. As with any new title, we have also had to figure out new features to support the expanded gameplay system of our favorite web slingers. Settings menu showing the main categories of gameplay, controls, camera, audio, subtitles, visual UI, and accessibility, along with shortcut 1 and 2. challenge level modifiers, and a gameplay assist. High action and exciting combat is a signature of our Marvel Spider-Man franchise, whether you're going up against Kraven and his Hunter or pursuing the Lizard through Marvel's New York. We included a variety of challenge levels in our earlier games in the franchise, friendly, amazing, etc. And today we're excited to introduce challenge level modifiers, which will let you customize 3 aspects of the game: enemy health, enemy damage, and stealth awareness. I like that they're going more in depth on difficulty options. You're seeing more and more games do this, where you can fine-tune specific settings of a game's difficulty outside of just having easy, normal, hard. I don't know how many people are going to take advantage of that, but hey, more options I think is always a good thing. With these settings, you can mix and match for your preference or needs. On top of that, we're also bringing back some key gameplay features to help with combat and traversal, which aim to reduce button inputs or provide more time to react to many in-game scenarios. You have Chase Assist is a feature we introduced in Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales and Remastered, in response to players having difficulty completing the story in the original 2018 release. The feature will work similarly in Spider-Man 2, reducing the target's top speed, increasing time windows before escaping, automatically attaching when a target is in range, and readjusting the camera to the target when you press R3. We're happy to report these features will return and work with both our swinging and all-new Web Wings traversal system. QuickTime events, QTE autocomplete, changing repeated button presses from taps to holds, and web shooter bursts are all returning to reduce motor fatigue and keep you in the action. Shortcuts and game speed. Speaking of keeping you in the action, we couldn't have a new Insomniac game without including 2 things our team and the community love: shortcuts and game speed. Our shortcuts will allow players to assign a variety of options to the left or right D-pad buttons. If you're having difficulty pressing multiple buttons at once, want a quick way to toggle your high contrast gameplay options on or off, or even want to open photo mode with the press of a single button, you can assign these to left or right directional buttons for quick use during gameplay. On top of that, you do have the feature in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Players can assign game speed of 70, 50, or 30% of real-time rate to shortcut buttons. This allows you to slow down the action, giving you more time to react to multiple gameplay scenarios. And yeah, that's a nice little addition as well. Audio frequency controls. And then they also do note post-launch accessibility options, audio descriptions that provide visual context and add a narration-style voiceover to cinematics and even QTEs. We feel this feature will be exciting to players who use audio descriptions when experiencing movies or television. Screen Reader will read out several things to aid players in navigating on-screen items such as tutorials, in-game menus such as the settings menu, but also the touchpad menus like the map, abilities, gadgets, collectible suits, moves list, and more. And then captions will be available for cinematics and at key audio moments in gameplay. We have captions for off-screen and environmental sound effects, music, and more. The captions are also highly customizable, including size, color, background opacity, and background color separately from subtitles. And then they also go in depth on the access controller for Spider-Man 2. I won't go deep into that, but that is the new controller that is coming out, and you can check that out as well. So a lot of accessibility features in Spider-Man 2, much like the recent Sony outings, and Insomniac's been doing a really good job across the board, as well as the rest of PlayStation first party. Lastly, I do want to note SEGA has canceled Hyenas and other unannounced titles by SEGA Europe. This has come in response to the cancellations to the lower profitability of the European region, which led to a title portfolio review of each development base in Europe. A bunch of cancellations, and there is a message from Creative Assembly on Hyena's cancellation and the job losses that may occur as a result. We have made the incredibly difficult decision to begin a redundancy consultation process in some areas of our UK operations alongside ending development of Hyenas. This may unfortunately result in job losses. We fully understand that this has a significant impact on our people, whether they are directly affected or not, which we are truly sorry for. We have always aimed to operate as a people-first studio that is a foundational element to our values and culture. While we must go through this incredibly difficult process, we will prioritize supporting our people at every step. They want to reallocate them into other available roles within Creative Assembly wherever possible and ultimately minimize any job losses. Our commitment to our projects and players has not changed. We will deliver more incredible experiences to our players all over the world for decades to come. So unfortunate situation there. Hyenas was a game that I don't feel like was going to resonate at a high level, but you never know. Sometimes these games just come out and they surprise everybody, so obviously, first and foremost, want to send out best wishes to anybody that is affected in terms of the reconstruction. That's always an unfortunate reality in game development, and yeah, best wishes to them, as I said. But that'll do it for me. Again, PlayStation Store adds a new 5-star rating system to score your PS5 and PS4 games. Might have been around before, I believe, but looks like it has been re-added. Spider-Man 2 gets a bunch of new accessibility features detailed, and SEGA has canceled Hyenas and other unannounced titles by SEGA Europe. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Sound off there. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.